If you're human, you sometimes don't feel motivated to do the things you need to do. In this video, I'm going to list out 7 common reasons for lacking motivation. And just knowing them, that self-awareness could be all you need to fix the situation. But of course, I'll also give my own favorite ways to get over these blocks. So welcome to my channel. I'm Kate and I make videos about productivity and organization. I've worked in productivity software for decades, and in my journey of working in this field, as well as my own self-improvement, I have found that self-awareness is the best productivity tool out there. No method or app or book can compete with even one realization about your own patterns. So hopefully watching this, you'll have a realization like that. So let's jump in. Number 1 is if you could do this task in the afternoon or tomorrow with no consequence. As adults, we have more autonomy in our lives and we don't always have external deadlines. And lots of times tasks just have to be done soon. They don't have to be done today. So it's very easy to be like, oh, I'll just do that tomorrow. But now the solution is a very simple question you ask yourself. Is tomorrow also already full? Because if you keep pushing things, to tomorrow, they keep piling up. I do actually have a video about this called Do List Rollover, where if you just have too much on today and you keep pushing it to tomorrow, now tomorrow, was already probably over full as well as today was, and now it has those extra things too. So that's number 1 is if you think you could just do it tomorrow, solution is, is tomorrow already also full? Okay, number 2 is you don't want to do it. This one sounds really simple and kind of like goes without stating that if you're not motivated, it's something that you don't want to do. And my solution for this one, maybe sounds a little cheesy, is I meditate on it. Like it could be just like a 2-minute meditation where I will just lay down for a second or even sit in a comfy chair, close my eyes and think, why do I want to do the task first? What am I getting out of this? Why is this on my to-do list? Why do I want or need to do this? And then also, why do I not want to do it? Why am I dreading it? And, when you just clear your head, you think about those 2 things, maybe the first one outweighs the second, where, I don't really want to do this, but there's a reason I'm doing it. There's some kind of reward in it for me. So I'm just going to go get it done. Or, maybe you realize that the reasons you don't want to do it actually outweigh what you're getting out of it. And then you can just cross this off your list and get rid of it. So there's number 2. Now, number 3, it's kind of related. And it's if you have already been procrastinating this task for so long that dread has built up. And this is a real thing. Like you just put it off and you feel a little dread, and then that really can build up. It's a real thing. And you just acknowledging it, can help you get past it. I think the most common thing that we all run into these is if we have to reply to someone. Because, we didn't want to do it at first for whatever reason, and then now it's been some time and we feel awkward about it, and now I'm really just dreading doing it. And I don't have a great solution for this one, except for if you can try to think about, it's probably a small, 5-minute thing, and it's gonna feel so good to just get it over with and get that dread off your shoulders, and you just, this one, there's no great trick, you just gotta get it over with. Okay, number 4 is if you're just really tired. We all need rest, we all need time to recharge. So if you are just so tired and worn out, I recommend go rest. Go take some time, sit on the couch, scroll your phone if that's kind of what recharges you, but don't if it drains you. And but set an alarm, because it's really easy to slip into kind of lethargy mode. And being lethargic doesn't energize us, it actually makes us more tired. So rest, recover, absolutely, it's worth it, rather than finding yourself just kind of zoning out when you're supposed to be working because you're just past what your limits, past what you can do. So if you're really tired, rest, but set an alarm so you can have that set amount of time and then you're gonna get back to work. Okay, number 5 is if it's a really amorphous task like study, the kind of task you're never really going to be done, you're just working towards making progress on it. This kind of task is the perfect use for the Pomodoro technique. You've probably heard of the Pomodoro technique. It's where you set a timer, you work for that amount of time, and then you take a rest and repeat. And there is some more to it, and I do have a video just really explaining the basics of it, the mechanics of it. I can link it up there and in the description if you want to learn a little bit more about it. But for that kind of task, like study or anything that's just, you're not done, you're just working on it, you're working towards it, making progress. yeah, those things can be really difficult to be motivated to get started and really easy to just keep taking a break. I'll do this, I'll do this. But Pomodoro technique is the perfect solution for that, to stay focused and get it done. Okay, moving on to number 6. It's what I call shiny object syndrome, where, of course we all want to work on like new things that we don't yet know what's difficult about them, rather than like the old stuff that's already on our to-do list that we know what's hard about it. To some degree, procrastination as a tool for motivation can be a good technique. It can be a good tool to have in your back pocket. But I would really be aware of how often you're doing it. Like if you're constantly starting new things and never finishing your old things, yeah, in the end, you don't get credit for effort. You gotta finish your stuff. So if you're doing this all the time, you're gonna have to like catch yourself and be like, nope, first I gotta finish the thing I already started. And finally, number 7 is you just don't feel any urgency. And for this one, I'm actually gonna send you to my video from last week. It's about planning out your week, but in reality, deep down, it is about exactly this. It's about getting some tasks with no deadline except should be done soon, and making a plan that isn't just scheduling it all randomly. It's about finding the time that each task actually has to be done, so you feel that urgency. Because it is normal to need a little urgency to feel motivated, and you can't fake that. You can't just set a random deadline for yourself and feel that real urgency that you need to meet it. All right, so I will see you over there in that week planning video. Ciao.